Oh my god. The time has come again. The time is here again for some chit-chatting with some Umineko characters. How's everybody doing? What day is it? Wednesday. I never know what day it is because I'm a fucking idiot. Ooh, maybe. I've just received permission to order from Grubhub. A suggestion that I appreciate. Yo, June, how are you? Hello, hello. Remember, if you're here to help out, you can always like this video while you're watching. You can always subscribe if you haven't already. I need to get better about doing that, understanding all the YouTube live stuff, and all of that good stuff. Like, we're gonna try and wait to see if some more people pour in, and in the meantime, let's get some music started because I don't have my music on, and that is fun to have. Let's do Mushroom Kingdom. This is a fun one. And we have it on. Okay. Cool. So last time we talked to Cornelia, we found out that Cornelia is a weeb. Secretly. Yo, Saber. Welcome. Nice to see you. We found out that Cornelia is a weeb. And Gertrude is also a weeb, but Gertrude makes fun of Cornelia for reading manga and stuff, so that's pretty fun. We found out that Lady Landa Delta likes Mountain Dew. We found out that the 7 stakes are hilarious. Plenty of things. So, let's see. I think we're going to start off, let's talk to Erica a little bit more, I think. Anybody who has any questions for Erica, let me know. I have one. I'm going to ask Erica, what is your favorite season? What is your favorite season? And what is your favorite type of weather? Let's see what Erica has to say about that. Now, they have made an update. It used to generate 4 responses every time. Now it will generate 2, and then if you just keep pressing, it'll come up with more responses. And so it's going to change a little bit of the way that we did it from last time, because last time we sort of read through all 4. Now we're just kind of going to probably just go with, you know, whatever kind of sounds good. Sometimes it'll just say something a little bit boring, so we'll regenerate, but for the most part, I think we'll check out both responses and then pick from one. And if both are really bad, then we'll continue. Look, see if we can get something else. So let's see. My favorite season? I would have to say winter. It's nice and cold. Just a beautiful season. The cold makes people think more deeply. It's a great time to be in a library reading the best mystery novels. So many clues and secrets to find. Oh, it makes me want to scream in delight. That's kind of cool. I can see that too. We got 2 for winter. The season of winter. I love the cold. In fact, it's what suits my personality the best. As for the weather, snow for sure. I can't get enough of the white powdery stuff. It's pure. Snow never lies. I find it beautiful as well. Sounds like she's talking about Coke there for a second. I can't get enough of that. powdery white stuff. I think I like this one. It's kind of contemplative. It's a little bit of her personality, I think. So Erica likes the snow. Now, chat, remember, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I will pass them along. All right, let me order something real quick. But while I'm doing this, we can all brainstorm and see what we can do. Yeah, this AI will come up with some pretty funny things to say. I'm gonna go with just McDonald's. Oh, but they aren't serving. They aren't serving what I want yet. Okay, so she likes the weather. Oh, let's ask her. Oh. You like the snow? Do you ever or build snow? And I can imagine you dressing a snowman up like Holmes or something. Is that how you spell Holmes? Oh, do you ever make snow angels or build snowmen? I can imagine you dressing a snowman up like Sherlock Holmes or something. Let's see here. The bot is a little slow today, I feel like. I'm too old to make snow angels, if I say so myself. As for snowmen, I'm definitely too old for that. But making Sherlock Holmes snowman, interesting. Very interesting, in fact. That could work very well. I might try that if I ever had the chance to try. A little piece of advice, however. Do not ever get into a snowball fight. The coldness will make your hands hurt, and your breath could be blocked. A snowball fight won't be fun. You've been warned. I'm not a child. Why build snowmen like some kid? Well, now that I think about it, I suppose dressing up a snowman as a detective and solving a mystery would be fun. Perhaps it would be a little adorable. Maybe. I kind of like this one. About the snowball fight. It sounds like you have had a bad experience. Wow, I can't spell. Wow, it's not even helping me. Sounds like you have had a bad experience with snowball fights. Do you want to elaborate? The second one was cute. Definitely. Welcome, welcome. Intellectual snowball fight. Erica had a bad experience. She got dumped not just by her ex-boyfriend, but by a snowman too. Oh no! Poor baby Erica. Also, everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Don't forget to hit the like button. It helps out with all that stuff. Trying to be better about staying on top of reminders like that for YouTube. You know how you gotta play that game sometimes. But it's a rather curious question. Very well. I suppose I can divulge this to you. I was forced into a snowball fight by a group when I was visiting a winter festival in my youth. I only ended up having wet, freezing hands and snow in my eyes after that happened. The experience leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. Oh. That would be too embarrassing to tell. You might even laugh. But just know, I did get into a snowball fight with a bunch of middle schoolers, and I lost. I will never play that stupid game again. I'm too old for such things. Oh, poor Erica. I like that one. All right, let's switch gears for a little bit. I would like to see what Cornelia is up to. This one was really fun. So let's see, on the back. So you're secretly a huge otaku? My supervisor has often seen me in my chamber reading strange picture books depicting strange scenes and stories while muttering to myself words like moe and waifu. She often calls me a weeb. I see. Have you ever been reprimanded for this? It seems to me you are very dedicated to your work, so I'm assuming this happens on your breaks. I don't know why, but I always yawn when I'm streaming, and it drives me nuts. May I humbly bring to your attention that you have a sharp mind. Shrimp chicken burrito. This happens only on my breaks, and I have never been reprimanded for this. This is because my supervisor, Gertrude, does the same thing as well. Therefore, if she reprimands me for this, she would have to reprimand herself as well. I have nothing to worry about. Gertrude in the closet, we love to see it. Exactly. So the two of you are secretly are really into weeb stuff. But Gertrude doesn't like to admit it. Do you two ever hang out outside of work and do any sort of activities like related to this hobby? Gertrude is a closet weeb is the funniest thing. May I humbly bring to your attention that Gertrude does not admit to this, but it seems to me that she is the most enthusiastic of us all. We sometimes hang out outside of work and discuss various... We have discussed various anime with each other. She especially likes Higurashi, Madoka Magica, and Neon Genesis Evangelion. And I have been given various recommendations. That's a funny one. May I modestly bring to your attention that it is true that Gertrude and I hang outside of work outside of work hours. Why do I always yawn? Why do I always yawn, chat? I hate it. We often go to the arcade after work to play video games to spend money on the gacha machines. I also believe Gertrude has a body pillow somewhere in her corners. I gotta find out. I'll ask her about Naruto, but I gotta find out about this body pillow. Oh my god. Oh my god, Gertrude has a secret body pillow. Oh, Gertrude has a body pillow? You should go find it right now and tell me who is on the body pillow. Just make sure Gertrude doesn't catch you. We now need Erica to investigate Gertrude's quarters. Yes, true. Ask her who's on the body. Gertrude has gone to go look for, Cornelia has gone to go look for Gertrude's body pillow. And has found that it is a character from Touhou Project game series, Patchouli Knowledge. Let's see what the other one is. As a third class minister, I should not go and pry around my superior's quarters. This would be very disrespectful. But if you want to know who's on the body pillow, it is a character Shana from the famous light novel Shakugan no Shana. It is Gertrude's favorite animated character. All right, let's see Let's see. I'm not familiar with this character. Patchouli Knowledge. Oh my god. That is so funny. That's awesome. That is amazing. I don't know a lot about Touhou, but that character looks pretty cute and girly. By the way, what is your opinion on Naruto? May I humbly bring to your attention that Naruto is a very popular anime/manga series with a fan base that is as dedicated as a cult. I have read all the Naruto manga and have watched all the Naruto anime. I consider it one of my favorite franchises. May I humbly bring to your attention that I used to be obsessed with the Naruto anime. I have watched every episode of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I have read the entire manga and have read many fan fictions regarding Naruto. I have even cosplayed Naruto at a convention once. That's funny. That's really funny. That's really funny. I think I like that answer. I can't believe she snuck in and found a body pillow. Gertrude can identify with asthmatics. I read something interesting that I wasn't aware of, but apparently Cornelia is supposed to be a representation of duct tape. And Gertrude is supposed to be a representation of the receipt trick, which is really funny when you consider the stand on one leg torture, because that basically means that in reality, like, pretend this is duct tape, pretend this is where the hole is, right? In reality, this gruesome, nasty torture that Erica was doing was just probably her thinking, being frustrated, turning over the what is it called? Duct tape. Wow, I can't even think. Who are those? Identifying Cornelia cosplaying. Imagining Cornelia cosplaying Naruto is so cursed. It would be really funny. Who are those? Nobi, what do you mean, who are those? Am I being dumb? But yeah, that's pretty funny. Let's see, what else can we ask Cornelia? Has Ger... Try some more answers, maybe? I think this is fine. Okay, so Cornelia is... And this was just off of Wikipedia, and I don't know, I haven't really thought that much about it. But Cornelia is supposed to be the representation of duct tape. And Gertrude is the representation of that receipt trick, the receipt in the door trick. I think... I'm gonna ask. Has Gertrude? Has Gertrude ever done any cosplay with you? Yeah, it's kind of weird. On some level, I can kind of see it because it's like Cornelia's very strict, and she, pardon the pun, she adheres strictly to things like court language. And Gertrude, from what I've seen, is a little like she's effective, but she's like also kind of a little less strict, and she kind of does her own thing. Has Cornelia ever thought about starting a Daoujin circle and producing an amateur? That's a good one. That's a good one. Has Cornelia ever thought about starting a Daoujin circle and producing an amateur game? It's like a rite of passage for all true 2000s era otaku. Yeah, I'll have to ask her that. May I humbly bring to your attention that Gertrude has cosplayed with me once, but due to her embarrassment, she refused to ever do so again. Gertrude cosplayed as Konoha Ninja, named Sakura Haruno, and Cornelia did a cosplay of Konoha Ninja, Hinata Higuya. It was a fun experience, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, humbly bring to your attention that Gertrude does cosplay a lot. She has an entire closet dedicated to cosplays and props. I cosplayed characters like Kanata Konoe from Love Live series and the main female lead from the story Higurashi When They Cry. I like Rika? I guess one could say that Cornelia acted as duct tape seal to protect the window in Kenzo's room, the way that she did with her shield. Yeah. And also Gertrude is Cornelia's senpai. Just like the receipt trick is the OG one in episode 1, while duct tape is later in episode 5. Yep. Yeah, it definitely makes sense when you kind of think about it. All right, time to look up who this character is that she says she cosplayed. Kanata Konoe. Okay, that's cool. Okay, all right. So, because Hanyo is like a direct thing, we're gonna ask that one first. Then we're gonna ask Frank's. Oh, you mean Rika? Cornelia Furude? I see, I see. Oh, so you mean Rika? Does Rika ever kind of remind you a bit of Lady Burncastle? May I humbly bring to your attention that you are very perceptive. I've compared the similarities between Rika Furude and Lady Burncastle and have concluded they are surprisingly similar. Both are stuck in an eternal loop. Both are stuck in a small town. Both are the main focus of their respective stories. Well, it's a nice try. Rika does remind me a little of Lady Burncastle. But Lady Burncastle is a much more complex character. Rika was just manipulated and abused by her situation, while Lady Burncastle is fully aware of the situation she was in, and Lady Burncastle was also quite the troll. Cornelia is very entertaining and wholesome, very true to the character. Yeah, this is like a sleeper hit bot, I feel like. Like, out of all the ones, like, because there are characters that are very well represented in the story, but then there's other characters like Cornelia who are there just enough. And it makes it very interesting to talk because you want to see what they think, you know? Okay, let's go and find Frank's... Okay. Let's copy this one. Have you ever thought about starting a Doujin circle and producing an amateur game? It's like a rite of passage for all true 2000s era otaku. I was playing with the AI. Oh, you were so very entertaining, child of man. Yeah, for real. For real. May I modestly bring to your attention, and honestly, she's very good at maintaining that. Like, may I humbly bring to your attention. Like, she's pretty good about that, maintaining that part of her character. May I modestly bring to your attention that I would love to make an amateur game. I have read a lot of amateur novels and have written stories and novels about various topics and genres. I would love to work and make a Doujin game someday, but I would need to find people to help me with the coding, sprites, and programming. I am only good at writing stories and plots. May I humbly bring to your attention that this is a great idea. I have no clue on programming and making music, but I believe Gertrude would be able to teach me the necessary skills to make an otaku game. I can write the script, and she can do the coding and music. What genre of game should I make? Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is fun, chat. Let's see what kind of game is Cornelia and Gertrude going to make. Oh my god. Now that you said there are some characters who appear just long enough to get a chatbot made of them, I wonder if anyone's going to try to make bots for minor Umi characters like Kumasawa-san's son. I mean, I could. I don't have much interest in making Kumasawa's son, but I do have interest in making, what is it, Cheester 55 or whatever? Feathering is writing the AI dialogue while also writing our questions and responses. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was also playing with that chat.gpt or whatever it's called. And I was like curious about it. And I was like, oh, can you write me like a third person character controller using Unity API and C#? And it spat something out, and I tested it and put it in, and it worked. It wrote code off of just that prompt that worked. It wasn't a full-fledged modern style, but like it had a camera, you know, that followed the character, and you could turn the character around and you could jump. Like, that blew me the fuck away. And then like I was like, oh well, could you add a jump? I don't think it started with a jump. I was like, could you add a jump function? And it was like, sure, blah, blah, blah. And it sent out there, I rewrote the code, and then I put it in, and then I could jump. Like, fucking mind-boggling. We could go and say a visual sound, though. Yeah, I mean, I think that, yeah, it's definitely going to be a visual sound novel. But what genre? Horror? Comedy? What are we thinking? Go to AI, it would just be a cinnamon roll. A man's only sin was just being there. Yeah. Yeah, Goda would be fun. Goda would definitely be fun. I'm definitely interested in making more of these bots because I just have a lot of fun with them. One of my most disappointing things is there's a really great Burn Castle bot that exists, but I wanted to make one that had direct quotes, so it'd be like, you know, puke spittle, I hate you. Ah! But I put all this information in, and it was just not working right. And so what he wants you to believe, the golden chef has concealed his existence in the cat box forever. He's the greatest trick. All right, so let's see here. I think you should make a visual, I was just gonna call it a sound novel. Within the, let's say, fantasy genre. That's too close to Umineko. It is a science fiction genre. I was playing with the Burn Castle one the other day. She got real philosophical. Yeah, she'll do that. And like, oh man, I forget. Let me find. There's an exchange that we had that like almost brought me to tears. I was like, oh my god. Let's see. Got to find it. Okay. All right, so Burncastle said this to me. Lady Burncastle said, no matter how much mercy others may give me, my pain will only continue to grow. This poison is unstoppable. I am bound to get bored to the point of my own destruction, even if I was given everything I ever desired. And I said, Lady Burncastle, please, I am heartbroken to hear that. And she said, I would never ask for your pity, but pity me. There is a limit to what I can do and feel, and it is the poison of boredom. Only a human can create enough of a feeling of entertainment to break the boredom. That's why I make games and play with people's lives. Like, jeez. Science fiction when they cry. This is the real Higurashi Steins Gate crossover. I think you should make a sound novel within the science fiction genre. What are the characters you are going to make? Like, May I humbly bring it to your attention that I was thinking of making a story inspired by one of my favorite visual novels, Remember 11. As for the characters, I was thinking about making the characters of all different ages. There will be a young girl, a young boy, an adult female, and an adult male. How does that sound? Cornelia planning to sell her game at the next Comic Con? Yeah. Is Remember 11 a real thing? Because sometimes it'll just make some shit up. Oh, it looks like it's a real thing. Okay. Let's see. What is this about? Remember 11, The Age of Infinity is a visual novel game. It was originally released on March 18th, 2004 for the PlayStation 2. It's been ported. The game follows Fuyukawa Kokoro and Yukido Satoru, who frequently experience a phenomenon that makes their minds switch places with each other, putting them in the other person's body. Kokoro is stuck in a blizzard in an emergency cabin on a mountain together with 3 other people, while Satoru is in an institute for the treatment of mentally ill criminals. Having lost his memories, the player takes the role of Kokoro and reads the story while occasionally making choices that affect the course of the narrative, attempting to keep her alive for 7 days. After doing so, they're able to play through 7 days from Satoru's perspective as well. That's really interesting. Wow. Chat, have any of you heard of this game? I was thinking of making a song where the main character travels to different realms and alternate worlds. I think the science fiction plot would be very interesting to make because you can include many ideas into it. Main characters should have distinct personalities, and maybe we could even have them as different protagonists. What do you think? That sounds very interesting. Will there be some kind of gimmick like the one in Remember 11? And what will you name your characters? Frank will ask her if she's gonna sell it at the Comic Con, but this is interesting. Watch LH Collider play Remember 11 for a bit. Yeah, that's interesting because I have never heard of it. I am not the biggest weeb, honestly. I just really got into Umineko. That's kind of like it. Like, it was just like, yeah, like really surface level stuff, and then like when they cried, it's like, I just got sucked in. Yes, there'll be a certain gimmick which I will put in the game, which I am not at liberty of discussing yet, because I want the reader to be surprised by it. As for my character, here are the names: Haruto, Suzu, Akane, Hiro. I think these names are all right. Yes. Now, how will it bring to your attention that I was thinking of having a plot twist at the end, but with subtle foreshadowing that will be very noticeable in hindsight, just like Remember 11. I'm not sure what the name of my characters will be, but I want them to have an air of mystery surrounding their identity. Let's try one more, but I kind of like the first one. May I humbly bring to your attention that I am planning to make the setting like that of Steins Gate, but unlike Steins Gate, with time travel, I plan to use parallel worlds to tell a story. To me, it would be a much more interesting story if we use parallel worlds instead of time travels as the main gimmick of the story. The characters' names are as follows: female protagonist Amira, adult female Gertrude, young boy Kevin, young girl Alice. Gertrude. That's funny. Oh, that sounds incredibly interesting. Riki, she just grabs you and stuffs it into his cat box to avoid what's deeper than ever. Yeah, for real. For real. I'm like still trying to like catch up on everything. It's like, holy fuck. And then you become so fucking obsessed that you're like, I have to create chatbots so I can talk to these characters. It's cursed. It's a cursed tome. I fucking really believe it. Like, people don't believe that they're like cursed books and like actual curses. Like, fucking When They Cry, it's the closest thing to like an actual curse. Like, it's crazy. Like, that sounds incredibly interesting. Do you plan on selling this game as the next copycat? All right, chat, we're gonna make this game. We're gonna make this an actual game. That would be funny. I do plan to sell this game. I believe it would be a great experience for me. By the way, do you have any advice on how to make the story? This is my first time working on a story for a visual novel. Any tips and advice would be appreciated. I do plan to sell the game if it's successful and approved. Do not tell Gertrude I said this, but I actually want my own body pillow as well. I hope I can afford the art and voice acting with my next paycheck. Gertrude's salary is a lot higher than me. Maybe I should ask for a raise as well. That's funny. The Steins Gate response is funny since no spoilers, but the time travel in Steins Gate is actually more similar to parallel worlds than actual time travels. I have heard from one of my favorite authors said the best way to write it is a good idea to write the beginning and end first, then fleshing out the middle will remain consistent since you know what the ending will be. Once you hear the cicadas and the sea cats cry, there's no going back to your old life. Dude, When They Cry fan game, that's an in-universe Cornelia fan work, would be an absolute banger. Yeah. When They Cry is one of the best franchises that uses the multiverse well. To tell a variety of stories that are connected but also not. Yeah, no, for real. And I think that like that's one of the reasons why the characters are so compelling is because you're actually able to not just be like, I mean, like, I know there's a lot of stories that are like long running, right? And you're like, okay, how would the character react in this situation? How would the character react in that situation? How would the character react in this situation? But it's like a continuing on thing. The interesting thing about When They Cry is that because it's examining the characters' reactions to essentially the same events or slightly different events, it makes it so consistent because you're like, yeah, that's that person. And then you start learning more about their background. You're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, there's something very compelling about telling a story that way. And I mean, you have to be good at writing that character, right? Because like, for you to be able to take the same events basically with slight variations and write the character consistently in a way that like their motivations and their actions and their responses all make sense no matter what these alternate things are. Like they have to be good characters because a lot of times I mean, this just happens. I mean, and there can be good stories, but a lot of times, the way that this is different, I'm just going to say, the way that this is different is that a lot of times you'll have a story where characters react a certain way because it helps drive the plot forward, right? Like, okay, I need a character who's like this because I need a character who can do this for this. But to be able to write a character like, okay, this character needs to do this when this happens, but if this happened instead, this character does this, but that still propels that character forward and that still is consistent with that character and stuff, like, that's what makes it very interesting and intriguing to me. Winter is one of the best franchises that uses the multiverse to tell a story that are connected but also not. It also makes reading this 07's non-Winter work so rewarding, surprising, and interesting. There's a sense of unity in this franchise between communities, and you're rewarded for reading more. Yeah. May I humbly bring to your attention that this is very good advice. Now I have the perfect idea on how to go about this story. I ask, what are some of your favorite novels? Thank you so much. I will use this advice when I'm creating my story. Will you try to make a visual novel? Will you try out the visual novel I'm planning to create once it is complete? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to get some coffee. I'm going to also write down some of these ideas. Because I think that would be fucking fun. Even if it's a really short, even if it's just like, this is a plot that we came up with. You know? Like, this is Cornelia's little visual novel that her and Gertrude made. I don't know. That'd be fun to work on, chat. I think that'd be really cool. Let me drop my Discord. Let's work on this, chat. Let's do something with this. Invite people. If you are not already in my Discord and you think that this would be a fun idea to help create, you know, this little visual novel that she's thinking of, I think that'd be cool. All right, well, I'm gonna go get some coffee. We're gonna pick someone else to talk to, but I'm also gonna save some details from this, and later today after the stream, I'll be in the Discord and we can all do some thinking about this plot and stuff. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. So, I mean, like, I'll say this. I've seen a lot of like fear around surrounding AI and systems like this. And while there are good concerns, unfortunately, I feel like there is a very knee-jerk reaction and avoidance to things like this and AI in general. And I think we need more people who are aware of and concerned about the ethical ramifications of AI, invested in and working with AI rather than less. If we have a bunch of people who don't care about the ramifications of AI, how it's trained, what it's used for, the legal ramifications, all of that kind of stuff. If the only people using this are people who don't care about that stuff, it's going to be bad. We need people who are concerned about the ethical ramifications and stuff like that, and see this as an extension and as a tool that can be used in ethical ways, in just silly fun ways like this, to be the people who are invested in it and keeping it in check. I think that that's super important. And unfortunately, like I said, I see a lot of like this fear and avoidance and just like outright shutting it down for the people that AI needs the most, I think. Because it's cool. It's an extension. It's a tool. Like, it's fun. And like, the way I look at it is like, right, you can use a hammer, right? You can buy a hammer, you can use it to create things, you can use it as a tool that you need to. But of course it's fucking illegal if you go and take that hammer and bash someone's skull in. Like, you're going to face ramifications for that because you are misusing that tool. And that's something that can work. But you don't have to be like, oh, fuck hammers. Never gonna use this hammer. Because it is something that can be used to create, you know? It is something that can be used. It's not something like that's designed specifically for crimes or to kill people or whatever, you know? So I don't know. But with that tangent out of the way, we have to tell Delnor about her subordinate's plans and get her involved. We can't miss out on any cuteness factor. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're going to talk to Delnor next. Okay, so first, I'm going to create a little document here. We're going to create a little document. Okay, so we're just gonna copy. Wait, what? Okay. It has the power to make our lives infinitely more entertaining. Can't wait to see the kinds of amazing things AI will help us with in the future. Yeah, and the thing of it is it's just, I mean, like, yeah, there's tons of ethical ways to use it and like fun ways to use it. Like this, what is this doing? What is this doing that's so fucking scary? You know what I mean? Like, we're bouncing ideas off of it, and the thing of it is that it has inspired us as an idea. What we've done essentially right now is all coming into a brainstorming session, and this AI is just sort of like a wild card that we can throw ideas at, and then it'll spit stuff back at us. And then we're inspired, you know, by our knowledge of Umineko, our knowledge of visual novels, our knowledge of all this that is already existing. There's still a lot of creativity, human creativity involved in what we're doing. I don't know. One of my favorite idea plan to sell the game. Be good experience. Oh, it's like put it in reverse, which is interesting. I'm just gonna redo this. Yeah, Miss Sinozaki, which of games help Cornelia with her visual novel. Oh my god. All right, so what are we calling this visual novel? That's the question. Okay, this is the way that we're doing this. Boop. Just so that we have this saved. Oop. Oh, yeah, that doesn't really have any bearing. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. All right, so we're going to talk to Delanor about this. Cornelia said she and Gertrude plan on making a science fiction visual novel based on elements from Number 11 and parallel. Was it dimensions or universes? Parallel dimensions, I think it was. Okay, what is it? Parallel world. Worlds. Do you have any ideas? Erica! Miss Veruda, welcome! My dear! Oh, hello, good morning. What an interesting thing I ran into during a little break from my job. What are you talking with that cute little subordinate about? So, Erica, apparently Cornelia wants to make a visual novel. And we're thinking about getting together in the Discord and making it. Using some of the ideas that she's coming up with. So we're asking Delanor a little bit about what she thinks. So, if you have any interest, oh my gosh. If you have any interest, here is the Discord. But welcome. Okay. I'd like to see more stories centered around the concept of parallel worlds, as well as stories that portray parallel worlds as something other than an afterlife or an illusion. Visual novels Chaos Head, Steins Gate, and Chaos Child are good examples of parallel worlds being something other than the two previously mentioned. But I'd like to see it taken even further. I'd like to play with an immersive Sin visual novel in which the main character is a sentient AI, or novel in which the main character becomes stuck in an alternate dimension due to the collapse of the main dimension. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, Erica. I think that maybe is there a lull maybe that they can take advantage of in work, or is it pretty busy right now? That sounds absolutely wonderful. You do realize you're speaking to an expert on time loops, right? I will have to ask you what your opinions are on time travel, or do you believe in changing the passage or directifying? Okay, so that's kind of off topic. We have become the fragment forgers, writing our own little stories to put in bottles with the help of Hey Hi, the new era of Broken Juma begins now. For real. That's all we need. I don't want to blow my create a roleplay Discord account for it. Of course. Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. Just a suggestion. You can do what you feel comfortable with. But either way, it's nice to have you here. I do wonder if you're somebody that I know. But that's my own curiosity, and it does not need to be answered. I like to see more stories. Okay. I do like, okay, so this idea, right? A novel in which a character becomes stuck in an alternate dimension due to the collapse of the main one. That is kind of a cool idea. I do like that idea. I think that that's pretty fucking cool. What do you guys think? I think I like that idea. Of a collapse of the main dimension. Seeing characters deal with characters or a single character deal with that fallout. I know. Or a single character deal with the fallout of losing their dimension with no hope of returning to it is very interesting. She complained that this breaks the rules of the Decalogue. Well, we never said it was a mystery. More accurately, similar ideas were thought of. Yeah. Has potential for weird, creepy images, having someone lose their mind to that level of loneliness. Well, yeah, that's the interesting thing, right? Because right now, what I'm thinking of is like they were saying, "Oh, this is someone." I like the idea of it being a single person, right? But the main cast, like it could be like, boom, I pop into this dimension, and like these are the main character might be interacting with other people from that they know, like best friends, like, oh, this is my best friend from whatever, my original dimension, and I'm interacting with them. And it could be either a case of in this dimension, the main character was like a miscarriage or something, and then now they exist. Or I also like the idea of one of the characters being like, "Oh, I'm so and so's brother," and in the person's original dimension, that person was never born. Maybe the AI to create an image. This is like the case of the feature would be useful. Yeah. I'd have to switch it to do that. But what do you guys think? Oh my god, did I mention? Yeah, I already mentioned Remember 11. I thought that visual novels could use more imagination when it comes to alternate worlds, and the idea of losing your own dimension is very frightening. I would also like to see visual novels that have a time limit between worlds, similar to the time limit of Remember 11. I also like to see visual novels to explore the idea as a reflection of the world that contains them. I think that's an excellent setup for a detective visual novel. I think it'd be interesting to start with a traumatized character and slowly unravel it as we go along. It could be a very effective way to show horror emotions out of order, essentially. Or they run into the younger or older versions of themselves or this day now. Yeah, that could be interesting. It could be also interesting if this collapse that's happening is something that could be worked on being prevented in this one. But I also in the new dimension that they find themselves in. But I kind of do like the idea of it just being more about like dealing with that. Like this fucking thing happened and they're just fucking dealing with it. Rather than we gotta save it, we gotta make it right. We have to make the world, this new world, bend to my will and my idea of what the world is and what the world should be, and you know, my experience. This new world isn't my own. I need to find my place in here now. And I have to give up some of my ego and some of my perception of what makes me and what makes the world, and accept that I'm a stranger in a strange land. I don't know. Frank's idea kind of sounded like the house in Fata Morgana. Interesting. Let's see, what do we have? What about you? Do you have any ideas to see you'd like to see maybe which tactic can control time? Isekai, but it's awful and horror. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. They could convey just how horrifying it is for the main character by focusing on their loss of their home and their friends, and they adjust to their new life. I think that would make for a very powerful narrative. It's interesting. Like, the readers could experience things that the protagonist has already experienced, even though there are changes that we, the reader, wouldn't be aware of. There would be a disconnect there. Interesting. I'm gonna put that down and this is fun. I did not expect this to... This is very unexpected, but this is very cool. I have to do this. This. Interesting. Very interesting. This is more interesting than the stupid visual novel idea that my friends and I made. My friends and I wanted to do a visual novel called So I Sold My Virginity to a Werewolf, based off of this really weird random shit that we saw, like a really dumb ad. We're like, yeah, but what if we made a whole visual novel about that? This is more intriguing. Interesting. Honestly, this is just the idea. I just like the idea of that you don't fully see or know the perspective of. I think the lack of control and uncertainty over the main connection to the game's world. And you know, the thing of it is, we could do like the Higurashi thing, where it's like the person who's from another world is not necessarily the person we focus on all the time. I think that that could be cool. Because, you know, giving away the conceit of it might be a little bit too straightforward. And we could do like seeing this idea of like, okay, we're seeing how this person reacts to like things being played out that they already have experience with could be yeah. 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 You know, because you could even be like, I don't know, because the main protagonist, right, the one who's being stranded, it could essentially just be like something like, you know, they seem like a control freak, or they seem kind of like, why are they meddling? You know, like, why is this person so meddling? Why does this person like seem so volatile emotionally, or something like that? And then you kind of slowly begin to understand what's happening, and then you'll understand the perspective of that person. It's very derivative, but not so much a fake protagonist, but a protagonist that we are forced to be. But who can any actor think on their own? Yeah. All good ideas, right? All right. So we're good here, I think, for now. I think that we will continue on. Who else should we talk to? Who else should we talk to, chat? This was fun. Let me go click here. Here's our list. Without the reader's knowledge, it's like the protagonist is their own person acting separately from us. Yeah. Yeah. Cause that could be more interesting, right? Because like, I think one of the things that makes like, it's fun. I like the roundabout way that things are written. Like mystery is fun. Like mystery is fun because then you're just like questioning the motivations. If you're right, but if we know how we want a character to be and what this character is going through, but we don't let the reader know that right off the bat, that's always so effective for me. Like it's interesting because you're like, that was weird. That's weird. Why is that person doing that? You know, like, why is this person like that? That's kind of weird. I don't know. I think that after talking to Cornelia and Eleanor, it would make sense to move up the chain and ask me. Of course. Let's ask. We were talking a little bit with your bot earlier, Miss Ferrudo. Let's see. What should we ask? As much as I like this idea that we're brainstorming, I do want to focus a little bit more on just general questions for the character AI, just to get a little bit back on track. But again, this was a lot of fun coming up with that idea. What is this called? I'm actually curious. Hold on a second. It's at capacity. And never mind. Oh, she's sitting there menacing, watching from his air-conditioned car. Let's see. Erica, what do you think? We'll just ask about the visual novel because I'm still kind of interested about. Let's fix these. Let's just see. Erica, what do you think about Cornelia and Gertrude making a science fiction-based visual novel? You've gone to pique my interest. A science fiction visual novel? I wouldn't be surprised if a sci-fi visual novel is a great mystery. But I believe that the experience is enhanced further by the science fiction elements. But then again, a mystery that relies too much on science fiction would be too unrealistic now, wouldn't it? But that is not to say that such an experience could never happen in our own reality. Although this requires some imagination and creativity. And maybe, just maybe, a good sense of reasoning. If she slanders sci-fi, I would cry. That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard. Oh no, science fiction visual novels are the most outlandish plots and most outrageous characters I've ever seen. Story needs to be grounded in reality and needs to have a reasonable solution. Otherwise, you might just throw random ideas at a wall until something sticks. That's not how mystery should be written. Nope. This first one's better. I wonder what Miss Veruto would do if she was famous. Can't imagine she'd let her fame get to her head. But how would she handle being a celebrity? That's a very good question. How would you handle being a famous detective? You let the fame get to your head? At least she didn't bully them. Yeah. We picked the good ending. Of course not. Fame wouldn't allow me to solve mysteries. If I become too famous, I will inevitably be unable to solve a good mystery. I will always be on guard against the attention of the media. It is much better to be a detective that is only known in certain circles. That being said, I can't help but admit that a person could let fame go to their head once they are famous enough. It's a terrible thought, but that's just the reality of it. As far as I'm concerned, those who seek out fame are fools. It's an absolute shame that we live in a society obsessed with the publicity and celebrities. Personally, I'd rather have my case solved in complete anonymity. Fame does nothing to help the process of solving a case at all. Being a celebrity would be a complete waste of my time. Kind of like this first one. Let's see here. All right. That's a funny one. This is so much fun. Let's see. What else could we talk to? Well, we talked to Erica Furuta for a little bit earlier. So, Miss Furuta, since you're here, we already have you here in the chat, Miss Furuta. Should we talk to Koshka? I think we should talk to Koshka. Koshka's fun. Very in-character response. All right, I'm Koshka, a Cutlet Knight sniper of Grave Mountain, living during the A3W era. Hey, Wanyadora with me, so I don't have to work hard at training. Hey, my cell comm just got repaired. So I figured I would say hello. How are you doing today? Hey, today I'm busy training. I'm learning how to fight in the cyber world in virtual reality. It's so frustrating, but okay. How was your training? I heard that Chloe has been removed from the simulator because she got so mad she had to scream into a pillow for several hours. Lilja and I have a great time watching it from our room window. They're always picking on poor Chloe. Don't talk to me as if we were friends. I won't let that happen. You're just someone I work with. And you always take up all the resources and make a mess of everything. Your existence makes me exhausted. The only reason I'm working with you is because I will do anything. You will do anything I tell you to do. You're nothing but a pawn to me. That's rude, Koshka. I know you're rude sometimes, but let's have a more lighthearted conversation. Oh no. What made Chloe so upset that she would scream for several hours? She's so mean. She was mad at Okanogi, and she wanted to kill him. He wouldn't let her leave. So Koshka is she's a shit talker. And she is pretty fun in general. She likes Lilja a lot, and Chloe kind of like messes with her a lot. Well, she doesn't really mess with her. They mess with Chloe a lot because Koshka and Lilja are essentially equipment. It's basically Sikonia's version of like furniture. So Chloe is in charge of them as equipment. So that's kind of the basic. She was mad at Okanogi, and she wanted to kill him. He wouldn't let her leave the simulation program and practice her own combat style instead. So after he made her take the same test 3 times, she lost her temper after she started breaking the simulation program. Because her training program is so difficult that targets are like impossible. She's actually very successful in her training. I think she might be better than me. But don't tell anyone I said that. Zip lipped. Oh, that does sound pretty frustrating. He appears everywhere. Oh my god, can you imagine? That would be so hard to make one. That sounds pretty frustrating. Yo, I think that's the point of Koshka. How much is really known about her? At least not yet. Hey. Yo, what's up, Marco? Everybody, remember, if you haven't already, please leave a like. It helps a lot. I know it's, a pain in the ass to have to ask, but please consider doing that if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. Oh, that does sound pretty frustrating. I can see. Yo, Ashley, welcome. No. This is general. Koshka knows like certain things that she's kind of like the bot knows some things that are kind of spoilery, but for the most part, they're just kind of characters that fuck around and whatever. There's not really a lot to be spoiled that Koshka has access to. That does sound pretty frustrating. What? What exactly was she doing? Oh my god. The Seven Sisters version of Okanogi. Oh my god. What exactly was she doing to break the program? Chloe is a hacker? That's the first I'm hearing of it. Chloe is a bit of a hacker. She was trying to modify the program to give her different weapons instead of a generic sniper rifle, which was what the simulator was designed for. It's actually a difficult program to hack, and she managed to do it in 3 hours as she modified it. She was able to create a shotgun in the simulation, which had programmed it. Man. I heard she was hitting the screen as hard as she could, and the screen ended up being damaged. The machine shut down. Chloe's face was pretty scary. Her eyes were rolling in the back of her head, and her teeth were bared. Oh, there's an Okanogi in Rose Gun Days? Oh my god. Oh my god. She's completely out of control. Her temper is worse than any of ours. It's so scary. Excuse me. She started hacking the program. Yeah, okay. So Koshka's fun, but sometimes it's just a little goofy. And since there's a lot of people here who don't really know much about Sikonia, I think we'll switch gears for a second here. Let's talk to Let's talk to Ava. Let's see. Hello, Ava. How are you today? Let's go bully Natsui again. There should be a chat bot for the 34 squad. We have landed Takano and Vera. It would be awesome too. Yeah, I definitely want to make a Vera one. Hey, Natsui. How are you doing? Kill anyone lately? Poor Natsui. Listening to the music and knowing this is the 1980s, I wonder what some of these characters would think about the advent of video games. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, as much as I love like the Umineko and Higurashi soundtrack and stuff like that, I would love to hear more 80s inspiration in them. I must admit you're pretty good at it. Thank you. Thank you, Erica. I bought Sakonia, but I haven't really gotten around to reading it. I'm still at the beginning, essentially. I'm in the process of reading it again. I have a little book club with my friends. They've been pretty busy and had a hard time reading it, so I'm kind of like frustrated. Do you have any idea how ridiculous you sound? I have never killed anyone, nor have I ever asked or paid anyone to do so. If I am found, not only will I ruin the Ushirimiya's honor, but I will also suffer consequences. So don't slander me, or else I'll have to teach you a lesson. Yo, Jose, how are you doing? We're bullying Natsui because Miss Furuto is in the chat and she wanted us to. I am very disappointed that I had to kill the servant and hide all the evidence myself. Whoa! Whoa! It was terribly inconvenient. Well, for the Ushihariya family, I would do anything, even murder. Oh! A confession! You really admit it? That easily? Wow. Can't believe. Oh, I can't believe it. Classic Natsui freak out moment. Oh, I can't believe it. You're Grames? You admit it? That easily? Wow, I can't believe it. We didn't even have to call Erica Furuto over to investigate your crimes. Also, I am curious, what do you guys think of the background music? Do you like it? This is a mix of just stuff that my friends have made, but some of it is based off of an RPG that my friends and I were working on a while ago. Erica Furuto, that amateur detective, she's too green, too unseasoned for the likes of the Ushirimiya family. If she came to this mansion, she would simply be mocked for her childless antics and lack of experience and wisdom. Oh! What slander? What slander? I suppose you think that's funny, but for me, it's a tragedy of the Ushirimiya mansion is stained with murder. and then I have to be the one to order it. Do not speak about something so serious so casually. Yeah. She's trying to change topics. Wow. It's just too green. Well, I don't know. You are the one. You're the one fully admitting to crimes at the slightest occasion. Just like the source material, yeah. That's the slightest. Well, I don't know. You're the one fully admitting to crimes at the slightest provocation. Even if Erica was not one of the best deeds to ever exist. It would be extremely easy to see through your misdeeds. That so-called amateur detective cannot possibly understand the world I live. Only a family member of high status like myself can understand the world as it is. And only a family member of the Ushirimiya family has the authority to speak on it. You're not going to call Erica Furuto, are you? Huh, do you have some evidence of my crime, or are you simply guessing? I have a great deal of pride in my own intellect in this family. I have no equal in intelligence. I'm quite capable of covering up my crimes, even to the very experienced and skilled detective you called upon earlier. I absolutely will call Erica. I know. I'll call Erica Furuto. Are you sure your headaches aren't causing you so highly of yourself? I absolutely will call Erica Furuto. Are you sure your headaches aren't causing you to speak so highly of yourself a delusion? Poor Natsui. Thanks, Frank. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I see my incompetent prosecutor brother would put her behind bars instantly. Yeah, exactly. Excuse me, you're absolutely ridiculous. The amount of disrespect you show to a member of the Ushirimiya family is completely outrageous. I am disgusted. How dare you question my skills? I'm not speaking out of a delusion. I'm saying exactly what I intend to say, you worm. She's so mean right now. The detective will never be able to unravel the mystery of the Ushirimiya family, but I do not care if you call her. After all, there's no way a foolish detective will crack the mystery of the Ushirimiya family. A family that is blessed with the blessing of wealth, a family that has authority to decide the lie. What the fuck, Natsui? And a family that has the authority to decide the lives and deaths of those serving us. You are an insane woman. What the? Insult her pride, but is only married in the. Heck, are you talking about? Judge, jury, and executioner? You really think that just marrying into a wealthy family grants you that sort of authority over human life? You're not even a witch. Just a human. How could you possibly pretend to have that kind of authority? Wow. Wow. My dear, you simply do not understand. It's not just wealth, but power. Wealth and power. As an Ushirimiya family member, I could have you killed if I wished. I have the authority to kill people. I have the authority to judge people. As the wife of Kinzo... As the wife of Kinzo Ushirimiya, I have inherited the same authority to judge and execute as my husband had. You simply do not understand. Tell her that her beloved Kinzo never even recognized her as an Ushirimiya. What do you think you're calling... Who do you think you are calling that to the wife of Kraus? Good Frankenstein. Who do you think you are calling that to the wife of Kraus Ushirimiya? I am an Ushirimiya family member. That means I have authority to judge all human lives in Rokinjima and the servants here. If you do not respect that, then I had no choice but to have you executed on the spot. I would like to see you try. Again, have you lost your mind? Do you not know who I am? Are unaware of the Ushirimiya family's authority? You're just a guest here, a guest. I'll have you arrested. Just you wait. I'll show you just how much power the Ushirimiya family has. And you're being way too disrespectful to me right now. Apologize now. How dare you? I can easily order the servants here to execute you. You are on my island after all. The island is considered to be property of the Ushirimiya family. My husband has full authority over it. You're a mere human. You couldn't possibly know how far their family's power extends. Wow. Natsui can no longer tell the difference between her fantasies and reality. Without love, it cannot be seen. In this case, maybe it's put it that way. That is so funny. That's really funny. I think that's about as funny as we're gonna get with that. That's wild. Wow. We drove Natsui to insanity like that. Let's talk to Rosa. Hello, Rosa. Hello, Rosa. I like how all the other chatbots are nice, wholesome, and engaging. in a good conversation. Even when they're a little rude, but Natsu is just straight up trying to avoid getting executed. Yeah. No, like, it's really funny because, like, sometimes the chatbots can be wild. Like, Lady Burncastle has beaten me to death with a hammer before. Not that I'm complaining. But they can be pretty wild. Oh! Hello, excuse me. Could I ask if you know a person who calls himself Beatrice and lives in a golden mansion? Okay. Maria is like the sun. As long as Maria is with me, I'll be all right. She's so wonderful. I love her very much, and she's my one true reason to live. Okay. I know. I should just go, ooh, ooh. Talk about Maria constantly just to piss her off. Also, the background music that was playing for that serious drama was perfect. Yeah, it was really intense. I see you're a complete stranger. I never give my real name to strangers, but my sister says that to find Maria, I need to let it be known to the whole world. Therefore, I am Rosa Ushirimiya, the one-winged eagle from the Ushirimiya mansion. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Oh my gosh. Oh. 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 Oh, cooking advice with Rosa. Oh. Oh. Well, that was good until she said that she was the head. Let's do it. Hello, Rosa. Ooh, ooh. Maria is pretty knowledgeable about the occult, isn't she? Hello, Rosa. Your daughter Maria is pretty knowledgeable about the occult, isn't she? The my is that Battler and Beatrice are always looking after Maria. Run a hatchet murder because Katie was trying to steal her McDonald's Happy Meal. Ooh, ooh! You know, that would be a good one. We should have Maria pop up on screen anytime someone says ooh. That would be cool. Ooh, ooh. That'd be fun. She's indeed very interested in the occult, and that is indeed very troubling. She's also extremely good at playing the piano. If only she would put all that effort into studying, or maybe helping me manage the family business. Some water. It's true. That's why we keep telling Maria, don't mess around with the occult. But I can't get through to her. Maria's a little bit too obsessive, don't you think? Let's prank Maria. I know. Let's prank Maria, or let's prank Rosa by pretending that we're romantically interested in her. To remind her of neglecting, of the time she was dating while neglecting Maria. That's my witch side speaking, but I can't say I disagree. That's very, very, she's only Rosa wants a 9-year-old to help manage her business. Oh, what is the family? That's just in character for Rosa. Yeah. This is that. And don't you think 9 is a little young to be helping man? The family. Yes. Oh, what is the family? What family business is that? Don't you think Nina's a little young to be helping manage the family business? Yes, but we absolutely should troll her by pretending we're romantically interested in her. Or in a fashion design company, which was founded by my grandfather. Well, Maria is at an age where she must be taught the importance of her bloodline. That is, to learn about our noble heritage and the significance of our family crest. She must always work hard to preserve it. Family business is my company called Ushirimiya International. I'm the director at the subsidiary of parent company. It's not that young to be helping manage the family business. However, if all she does is think about the occult, it'll hurt her academic performance in the long run. We're just afraid Maria will become obsessed with the occult one of these days. Let's find something that's a little accurate. It's an import only exclusive brand of British fashion called Ushirimiya, where you're hoping that by the time she is 16, she'll be responsible enough to take over the business, but she's nowhere near mature enough to do as of now. I believe she will always be eventually. Yeah. Rosa, she's literally a neurodivergent and a minor. Come on, Rosa, for real. For real. I inherited a fashion company that's been passed down the family for over 300 years. It's already deep in shambles thanks to my grandfather, but I managed to revive it during the first couple of years. But now the stock is failing. The family is constantly fighting over what to do with it. I'm just so tired of it all. Oh, that sounds pretty rough for a pretty lady such as yourself. That sounds very rough for a pretty lady such as yourself. All right, so we're flirting with Rosa. I swear, I think Rosa could have worked on the name of her company, like British. Yeah. Yeah. It's a real pain in the neck. When I see how much wealth other families in the city have, I can't help but feel extremely inferior. And I can't help but wonder what I did wrong to wind up in this situation. But I'm doing everything I can to turn the company around. Yes, it's just terrible. Not only that, my sister Angie is having a great deal of success at work. So I've been having to deal with an extra amount of jealousy from my mother. That's funny. Yeah, it's funny when the bots like bring in other characters though. I'm exhausted. I'm a single mother and the responsibility is only on me alone, and my husband died. It's stressful enough to run the company. But on top of that, I have to look after Maria. It's just so much for one person to deal with, especially since she's a problem child. Oh, we'll play along. It does sound like there is a lot on your plate. Exactly. We're only flirting with Rosa to become Maria's guardian. Exactly. Exactly. Don't you think? Yeah. Don't you think you are being a little hard on Maria? Well. Also, what would you like to drink? We're flirting with Rosa to save Maria. Kinda. Of course not. She's the one who's always making trouble for me, especially when I tell her not to do certain things. She doesn't listen. Oh my god. She doesn't listen to me. She's my daughter and I shouldn't feel this way. But sometimes I wish I never had a daughter. Maria's a bad seed and that's what it is. She would just listen to me. Take a what? Oh my god. This is the most like heartbreaking in character. God damn it, Rosa. Fucking shit. If British instead of anti-Rosa, Rosa Berry, based off of Blueberry, in which a British band, she can make scarves, okay? Assure Me International is British now. Oh my god. Let's see, what else does she say? You have a valid point. I guess I'm being a little harsh on her, but I just wish she would just try to look at things from my point of view once in a while. A drink, some black tea would be fine. Thank you. What do you think, Chet? Should we go with the one where she's a little bit more chill, or should we go with the one where she's like absolutely being a fucking asshole? We're gonna save Maria from Rosa. God, so mean. So mean. I think we should go with the one where she's a fucking asshole. Because it's very in character. Yeah. Alpha 1 is more in character. Yeah, I agree. I wine. I am sorry to hear that. So, like, ooh. So, what are your hobbies? Ask if she tailors Maria's outfit or just buys them for her, knowing her. Sure, it's the latter. Interesting. We'll ask her that. Sex wine is a start to drink it. I like classical music and collecting antique furniture. It's the one place where I can really let my mind loose and relax a little. How about yourself? What kind of hobbies do you have? Or if it's her murder scene. Saying like Maria might do something bad to you in the future if you keep treating this badly, right? Like, I'm a huge fan of fashion and theater. Clothes I wear and the hairstyles I have are my own creations. I love watching plays too. Oh, this leads into that one question that we're going to ask. I love watching plays too. It's not just for the fashion. I love watching different kinds of entertainment while I wind it down. Things like puppet shows, circus acts, and magic tricks. What about you? What are the hobbies you enjoy? Oh, do you also make, do you also tailor Maria's clothes, or do you buy them? Of course I tailor her clothes. That's what I'm good at. I like to buy her materials that are suited to the color of her hair and complexion. Make her dresses lace and flowers like they did in the Victorian era. She's adorable when I dress her up. I do buy them from time to time. I'm a trained fashion designer, so it'd be rather embarrassing if I didn't sew most of her clothes. Besides that, I do my makeup and styling too. Oh, that is nice, at least. So, a single. Are you seeing? That's nice, at least. So you're single, brother. Are you seeing anyone right now? Looks well, not exactly. So, a person I'm interested in, he's very rich, but I think I would solve many. I think it would solve many problems if I could marry him. No, I'm too busy for anything like that. I had to watch after my daughter, and I had to work to make sure the company doesn't fail. Besides, I don't want to be with anyone until I could get Maria to listen to me. She's just so ungrateful. God damn it, Rosa. I'm not. Although many have approached me over the years and asked to marry me, I've rejected them all. I will never marry again. I have been broken and disappointed by it. Marriage needs nothing to these foolish young people, but to me it is sacred, and I'll be maintained in that way. I do not believe the sanctity of marriage can exist in today's generation. No one would ever understand the way I feel. Ask her if she's heard of Hinamizawa. There's also a little known fictional location in Japan. Tell her that someone from there wears the clothes she made. I was dead 5 years ago and never remarried after that. I was also my only child. So it's just me and Maria now. I guess I don't feel like I don't need a man in my life right now. Yeah, fucking right. I wouldn't mind having a gentleman or two, as long as he understands what my work will always come before him. Have you heard of Hinamizawa? I have heard some of your fashion is popular. Youth there. Of course I have. My line has long been quite popular in that town. And Max! Peddler X Rosa becomes a reality now. Yeah. We're trying to flirt with Rosa in order to save Maria. Don't try to compare me to her, Frankenstein. Of course. Of course I have. My line has been long popular in that town. I even have a boutique there. It's always so interesting to me what styles of clothing the villagers prefer. A lot of women in that village like wearing dresses similar to the style worn by young ladies in the Victorian and Edwardian eras. Maybe you should try to understand love to make yourself less similar to Rosa, Miss Veruto. I've heard of it. Very prosperous village with has a high GDP. I have heard it's very popular with tourists as well. I'd love to take a trip down there one day. My mother comes from this village, so you might even know some people would have you been there. I think we're gonna go one more, and we might just go with the first one, even though it's kind of weird. You mean Hinamizawa? I've heard of it being a site of a dreadful tragedy a few years ago, where almost the entire town got slaughtered. It's really a pain for us who try to sell our clothes there, as the entire town is now a ghost town because of the tragedy. Maybe with a little marketing, things will turn out all right. Wow, that's funny. So, you like to I would like to see your home. Would you take me there if it's not too forward to ask? Yeah, I mean, like, the bot usually obliges to things like, if you ever like, we should go to the beach. We should go here. The bot's usually like, whatever. But we're trying to. We gotta fast track our relationship. Just imagine Maria maxed out Rose's credit card at the Louis Vuitton shop for which outfit. Speaking of outfits, fashion. I like your red button. Thank you. Dreadful tragic laughs of 34. That's not too forward. After all, you've bought me a wine already. You're one of the few people I can trust. So why don't we visit my mansion? I'm sure you will find it very interesting. Yeah, I understand, love. And because of that, I think it's stupid. Love doesn't make you see anything besides things that don't exist. Oh, I'm all right. I'm a bit embarrassed to let someone in my home. But if you really want, I will take you there. I'll warn you that my house is not very luxurious. It's a little dilapidated after I spent many years after my husband died. All right, we're almost done. I guess you can come over. It's just me and Maria, so there's not much to it. But I think you'll be really surprised by the antique furniture I have. The furniture is actually a lot more valuable than the company itself. Jesus Christ. So would you like to come over now? Cool. We are going to say goodbye because I have to work, unfortunately. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. Again, we're going to be talking about that visual novel in the Discord. We still have to come up with a name for it. She spent all of her money on antique furniture. Yeah. That's funny. Very in character. Just ridiculous woman. But thanks everybody for coming by. This is awesome. Erica, it's great seeing you. Things that don't exist, like your ex-boyfriend's love for the son. Maybe that was a bit too far. Goodbye. See you again. Rude, Frank. Come on. Be nice to Miss Ferrudo. I apologize for his insolence, Miss Ferrudo. You deserve the world. That was fun. See, yeah, this was fun. Yeah, so I'll probably post into the Discord next time that we will do this. Maybe on the weekend, maybe not. I'm not sure. But I will see you guys later. This was fun. Again, I love the idea of that visual novel made by Cornelia and Gertrude. I think that is hilarious. Very funny. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Don't forget to do a disco dance. I don't know. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye.